All right, hello to you. Welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper. My name is Roderick Chappell, and in this video we're going to be talking about the food shortage crisis that is here that you don't know about. So, cue the intro. Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make it fun. All right, welcome back to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper. My name is Roderick Chappell. Today we're going to be talking about the food shortage, and it's funny. I was just talking to somebody that I counsel with, and they called me all friendly, like, "What are we gonna do? Walmart just ban guns, and they're not gonna sell ammo anymore." And this person was all up in arms, and I'm like, "Hey, calm down. Calm down. Everything's gonna work itself out." But I was explaining to her I was explaining to them how this thing is working. So, like in my garden this year, I noticed, me personally, this is not anything I heard from somebody online or, I'm getting from somebody else. Me personally, when I grew my corn this year, and we don't eat a whole bunch of corn, I grew it because I like to grow stuff. So next year, I'm going to grow things that we eat and we need. But this year, I was just like, okay, I'm going to throw some corn down, blah, blah. Corn is usually easy to grow. Corn is so hard to kill. But this year, I noticed I had shorter stalks and smaller ears. And a lot of my stuff didn't even mature. It was sitting on the stalk and it was just little. And I was like, I chalked it up to, okay, we had a bunch of rain, we had a late freeze, I couldn't get it in, and then I got busy and I didn't get it in, blah, blah, blah. I was making all these excuses for myself. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. Spring came late because I set some corn out originally, and then we had another frost. And I was like, dang, this is abnormal. So the second batch of corn that I grew, it sprouted and it came up, but it didn't mature. And I thought that was rather strange. I was like, okay, well, maybe it's because I've been growing corn for 3 years, and I didn't treat my soil like I normally do. I was like, okay, well, which I didn't. I didn't do what I normally would do to treat my soil. And I was like, okay, well, I chalked it up to that. Now that didn't help. But I noticed the temperatures. I noticed that the temperatures were different. And like I said, I had shorter stalks and smaller ears. And I guess I grew maybe 40 stalks of corn, which is not a lot, I think I had maybe 12 to 20 ears that were good to eat out of that much. And I put it on a bigger scale. If corn growing is your business, if that's your livelihood, and according to that ratio, that is a ridiculous ratio of not enough. And if I'm growing corn for a living, now of course they know more than I do, and they're able to grow things that I wouldn't normally be able to do it in the time frame and all that kind of stuff, because they're professional farmers, which is fine. But my point is, if you are a farmer or a rancher and the crop didn't come in, that means that the price of corn is going to skyrocket. It's going to go up. Now, for those that don't know, corn is one of the main things that we feed a lot of the animals that go to slaughter. Well, if you're a rancher and you have 1,000 head of cattle, or let's say 5,000 head of cattle, and you can't get corn to feed them, and that is your main source of feeding your herd, then now you gotta take your herd down drastically, and that means that you got to take them to slaughter. Well, if you have an influx if beef is normally going across the scale, and I don't know what beef goes across it, I have no idea. Let's just say it's $1 a pound. Well, if you have an influx of anything you have too much of, the price starts going down. Simple supply and demand. So if I see all these cows coming in all of a sudden, well, guess what? the scale price of per pound is about to go down. So if we normally pay a $1 per pound, we're about to pay 75 cents or 50 cents, you know, or whatever. It's going to go down, which means that the people that is their livelihood, that is their business, they got some hard decisions to make. Okay, I can't feed all these animals, and I can't afford to kill them, or I can't afford to sell them and take them to slaughter. What do we do? So anytime you have an influx of something, the price is going to go down. So you got an influx of beef coming in, the price is going to go down what they're paying. But then on the back end, it may go down in the grocery store temporarily, but then guess what? It's going to skyrocket, because now we don't have beef going to slaughter. We don't have pork going to slaughter. We don't have chicken going to slaughter. But fortunately for us, we don't eat any of that stuff anyway. So unfortunately, when one industry, because everything is tied together, when one industry is affected, all industries are affected. Because if we don't have enough corn, that means we're not producing enough ethanol, which means that the price of gas is about to go up. If the price of gas goes up, that means the price of food is going to go up, because how do you get your food? A truck brings it to the market, to the grocery store. And which means food is about to go up. And if food goes up, that means that your disposable income is about to go down. So, all right, so listen, I didn't realize that the video had cut off earlier. So I was on a roll, but I'm gonna give you guys, I'm gonna piece together where I left off. So if your disposable income goes down, that means that the things that you do, like go to the movies or go to Busch Gardens or go to Six Flags, go to the stadium, you know, go see the Cowboys play, go see Washington Redskins, that means that those industries are going to start suffering as well. And since everything is connected to everything, okay, then that means everything is going to start decreasing and depleting, because none of us have unlimited resources. We all have limited resources, right? So at that point in time, it could, Lord knows I hope I'm wrong about all this, at that point in time, if everything starts to go down but prices start to go up, that is the number one sign that we're about to go into a recession. And if it hits us hard enough, it could be a depression. But regardless of whichever way we're going to go, prep for food, water, and resources now while you have it. Get the things that you need. That way, in the future, that's why we teach common sense prepping. Because get the things that you eat now, get the things that you do now, just get more of them. That way, in the future, whether we go through it or not go through it, you have it. It's like insurance. You'd rather have insurance and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? So we're about to go in, about to go get us some more preps, and keep watching. All right, so while we're in all this, we met this wonderful young lady named Miss Lisa. So Miss Lisa, when you see this, I'm giving you a shout out, all right? And keep going to Aldi's and keep getting those good savings, that good deals, okay? All right, so just wanted to shout out Miss Lisa. All right, so I'm leaving out of here. I was in there really quick, in and out. And I'm gonna show you guys everything I got. And I'm gonna show you my receipt, because this is ridiculous. So I got 2 pineapples, a bag full of potatoes, corn, green beans, and 2 things of sauce, spaghetti sauce, all for $8.75. $8.75. And 90% of what I got are all preps. Okay? So it doesn't take a whole bunch. All you gotta do is be mindful of what you're doing and what you're getting. And that right there, on a crunch situation, I can stretch that out a good 2-3 weeks, definitely. So, Plant-Based Homestead Prepper is going to teach you how to do things on a budget and how to eat better. And if something does happen, at least you'll have some food. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And of course, this was at, see if I can get them in the background. Y'all can't see Aldi's, okay? Aldi.